So you're welcome. We are now looking at question number 3. Said. So before you start solving question 3, you have to analyze this and understand that when it comes to the concept of sets, you can only subtract if the numbers in the square roots are the same. If the numbers in the square roots are different, you cannot subtract. So 3 root 50 plus 2 root 45 minus root 2 plus root 5. Once the numbers are not the same, you cannot subtract. So you have to first reduce those numbers. So 3 with 50, how do you reduce? You look for a perfect square that can divide that. So that's 25 times 2 plus 2. Same here, that's 9 times 5, 45. Then we have root 2, then we have root 5. If we proceed, this is going to be root 25 times root 2, root 3 times root 5, root 2 plus root 5. So in this case, we are going to have 3 root 25 is going to be 5 times root 2. Oh, sorry, this is root 9. 2 times 3 times root 5 minus root 2 plus root 5. So this is 15 root 2 plus 6 root 5 minus root 2 plus root 5. So 15 root 2 minus root 2 is 14 root 2. 6 root 5 plus root 5 is also 7 root 5. That's our final answer to question 3A. How then were the marks allocated? If you are able to find the needed factors of 50 or 45, any of the two, you have your M1 mark. Then if you have the 5 root 2 and the 3 root 5, this one, you have your A1 mark for both. The M1 is for any of the two. Then if you are able to simplify to get a 14 root 2, you have your M1 mark. Or if you don't get a 14 root 2 and you get a 7 root 5, you have your M1. If you have both, you have your A1. And that's 4 marks for question 3A. 3B, the length of a wire has length 38 cm and is bent into the shape of a rectangle whose length is 7 more than the width. So if my length is 7 more than the width, it means that if you add up 7 to the width, you are going to have the length. So how then do we find the perimeter? 2L plus 2W. And we have the length in relation to the width. So 2 times that gives you this. And our perimeter is 38. I'm using the idea of perimeter because the length was bent into the shape of a rectangle. So it means that the 38 cm is the distance around the rectangle, which is perimeter. So 2W plus 14 plus 2W. Proceed from here. 38 should be 4W plus 14. So 38 minus 14 is 4W. So 24 is 4W. Divide by 4, divide by 4. W is 6 centimeters. And the length is going to be 6 plus 7, which is 13 centimeters. So now I can find my area, which is length times width. The formula, quoting the formula is not necessary. 13 cm times 6 cm. and that is 78 centimeters squared as our answer. How was this also scored? With the scoring, if you're able to write down the length in relation to the width, you have a score of B1. If you are able to get the equation here, you have a score of M1. If you are able to simplify, have a score of M1. If your width is 6, have a score of A1. If your length is 6 plus 7, you have M1 for the addition, very important, A1 for the 13 cm. And your area, M1 for the multiplication, that's the application of the concept, A1 for the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 marks for question 3B. Now question 3C. 15% of the length of a rope is 720 meters. Find half of the length of the rope. So 15% is 720 meters. Half of the length is 50%. And that is what we are looking for. So you have y times 15% being equal to 50% times 720 meters. So y should now be 50% times 720 meters out of 15%. Percentage goes off. 5 here, 3, 5 here, 10, 3 here, 1, 3 here, 24. So 10 times 24 is 240. Oh, sorry, 10 times 240. There is a zero there. And that's 2,400 meters. As my half length of the rope. So if we are also scoring this, your ability to get to this point, you have M1 for multiplying by 720. Then you have simplification, M1, and 2,400 A1, which makes up the 15 marks. And that ends question 3. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye bye.